Thank you all for coming. Today is Guru Purnima, where we show our appreciation towards our Guru. We start with a 15-minute bhajan session that will be followed by Bhaskarji's lecture at 7 p.m. As a mark of respect on this auspicious day, please keep your videos on, as Bhaskarji would like to see you all as he delivers his special Guru Purnima message, and as he explains the significance of the selected bhajans. Today's bhajans have been specially selected by Bhaskarji, and he's here to start off the bhajans. Over to you, Bhaskarji.
Thank you, Soumya. Today we are going to listen to 4 bhajans, and we can sing along to those bhajans, but obviously you keep yourself muted because everybody is singing, others may not appreciate. So the purpose of bhajans, the significance of bhajans is that you lose your self-consciousness. There's a general tendency to keep your guard throughout the day, throughout your lifestyle. When you come to bhajans, the devotional singing, you drop your guard. You allow your emotions to flow freely. That's the purpose of bhajans. So if you sing bhajans, if you participate in bhajans correctly, there will be a tear in your eye. You understand? You will feel that emotion naturally. Then it shows that you're doing it in the right way. And you don't analyze during the bhajans. You just tune into the songs, tune into the music. Doesn't matter if you don't understand the words. Just tune into the emotion behind that song. And the team have done a great effort in putting subtitles to all these bhajans. So these 4 bhajans that you listen to, you can also follow it with the subtitles, which is done in a karaoke style. So as you sing along, the color changes and you'll know it. The tradition in the bhajans, in devotional singing, is to start with a Ganesha bhajan. Even Lord Shiva prayed to Ganesha before he went to war. So anything that we start with invoking the blessings of Ganesha. So the first bhajan is Ganesha Charanam, surrender to the feet of Ganesha. It is a Sanskrit song composed in Hamsadhwani Raga. Let's listen to the first bhajan.
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha 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 Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Second is a Guru Bhajan, and this Guru Bhajan we have selected is Avo Guru Deva. Avo Guru Deva, it's a popular bhajan in Hindi, which literally means, "Come, O divine teacher." The student is calling out to the teacher to come and bless. Let's listen to that. Third is a Rama Bhajan, Ramachandra Raghuvira. It is a Sanskrit bhajan in Darbari Raga. The meaning of the word Ramachandra Raghuvira is glory to Lord Rama, who is the hero of the Raghu dynasty. Let's listen to it.
Ramachandra Raghuvira, Ramachandra Raghuvira, Ramachandra Raghuvira, Ramachandra Raghuvira, Ramachandra Raghurama,
And now we end with the Krishna bhajan, Hari Gun Gao. It is a Hindi bhajan where we sing the glorious name of Hari, which is another name for Vishnu. Let's listen.
Thank you, Bhaskarji. Today's bhajans were very special and uplifting, more so because you joined us for them.
Thank you.
On behalf of Vedanta Institute UK, I would like to welcome you all to this annual celebration of Guru Purnima with Bhaskarji. We request you all to switch on your videos as a mark of respect to Bhaskarji on this sacred day. Before I welcome Bhaskarji to address us, a quick heads up for what's coming after the talk. First, 3 class members have offered to say a few words to thank Bhaskarji, and after they all finish, we'll stop the recording. Then you'll all have a chance to speak freely, one at a time, to Bhaskarji in order to convey your warm wishes. Bhaskarji has told us that he will stay on until the very last person has spoken to him. So we request you all to please be patient and stay right until the end with Bhaskarji. On behalf of all of us who have gathered here, I now request our Guru, our teacher, Bhaskarji, to give us his message on Guru Purnima Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Hari Om, everyone. We gather every year on the day of Guru Purnima to pause and remind ourselves of the role of our Guru, our spiritual guide. The Guru shows us the path and takes us on the journey to spiritual perfection. Now, this whole exercise of celebrating Guru Purnima shouldn't just be an emotional exercise. So, there is no doubt that feeling of devotion, but that feeling of devotion should also be backed with knowledge. See, the way it works is that devotion softens you, the knowledge hardens you. So you back the soft devotion with tough knowledge. It's exactly like how the banana is made. Internally, the banana is soft, but outer skin is thick to protect the soft interior of the banana. Similarly, your knowledge protects the devotion. So that's why every year on the occasion of Guru Purnima, we choose a topic. And the topic that we've chosen this year is You Are the Problem and the Solution. See that? The topic for today is You Are the Problem and the Solution. See, if you tell this topic to anyone and you start and you tell them you are the problem, they'll get annoyed. You understand? Nobody wants to hear that they are the problem. So quickly you got to read it. You're the problem and the solution. You understand? Otherwise they'll get annoyed because they'll say, what do you mean? Now, animals, if you observe, they have a innate sense of learning. Animals instinctively know when and what to learn. You see a giraffe calf, a baby giraffe. From the time it is born, the baby giraffe is able to stand on its feet. It doesn't need the help of its mother. In fact, the father can't lift it. You understand? So it is able to stand on its own straight away. It doesn't need any support. A human baby cannot do that. It takes a few years for the human child to get up, stand on its feet, and start walking. And the big celebration we do when the child starts walking. Oh my God, the child has started walking. Child has started walking. Big thing. Giraffe, baby giraffe, first day it walks. Straight away it walks. As soon as it's born. You understand? Nobody celebrates. A tiger cub, 18 months, the tiger cub is ready to hunt. Now, who teaches it to hunt? You understand? When the tiger cub is born, it's so cute. You feel like going and stroking it. But be careful, 18 months if you go, it'll bite you. You understand? It starts hunting 18 months' time. Nobody teaches it. It's born with that innate nature, with that innate knowledge. However, humans need constant schooling, constant training and guidance. Animals don't need to go to schools and universities. Humans need to do that. In fact, when you start your life, you start by learning. The child learns when it opens its eyes. As soon as it's born, it starts learning. And then you learn from your parents when you're young. Then as you go to school and university, you learn from the teachers. So almost the first part of your life, you're forced to learn. Through your parents, through your teachers, you're forced to learn. But when you grow older, you stop learning. Because there is a desire to be independent. Every individual wants to be independent. And you're also expected to be independent. So sometimes people ask, why should I learn? I will find it out myself. I don't need to learn from anyone. So the challenge for a human being is to continue their learning right through their life. So not only when you're young, even as you grow older, to keep continuing. That's why I'm inspired when older people come and attend the classes, because they have that tendency. Usually they stop learning, but some of these people, they continue to learn right till the end. See, interestingly, a person who surrenders, a person who genuinely understands that ignorance. What is surrender? Surrender simply means an awareness of your ignorance. So when you're aware of your ignorance and surrender to a person who has knowledge, you become more independent. The fear is, oh, if I surrender, what's going to happen to my independence? Actually, if you surrender in the right way, you will become more independent. You will become more level headed. You will be able to conduct your life on your own. But for that, initially, you need to surrender. The guru is compared to a captain of a ship. The captain of a ship navigates the ship and its passengers. He takes you from one harbor to another harbor. Similarly, the guru takes you from the harbor of mortality to the harbor of immortality, from the harbor of ignorance to the harbor of knowledge. And interestingly, not only he takes you from one harbor to the other harbor, the captain ensures that the entire journey is smooth. That's why people want to go on cruises. They enjoy going on cruises. You understand? Because the captain ensures that the entire journey is enjoyable. Similarly, the guru ensures that your spiritual journey is enjoyable, for which the captain consults the compass. There's a compass in the ship, the captain consults it. Similarly, the guru consults the compass. What is the compass? It's the scriptures. The guru consults the scriptures, and using the knowledge of the scriptures, deriving the knowledge from the scriptures, he gives the direction to the students. On this day of Guru Purnima, two words. The word Guru means dispeller of darkness. Guru is derived from two Sanskrit root words, Guru, which means dispeller of darkness, a person who removes ignorance. And Purnima is a full moon day. So on this full moon day, according to the Hindu calendar, it's a lunar calendar, they take the month of Ashada, which is around June or July. That's why every year the date changes. So on that day, on this day or today, the full moon day, we salute the Guru. Now, what is interesting is it's not only your Guru, but all the Gurus of the past who have carried this knowledge so far. The fact that we are all seated in the comfort of our homes and we're able to listen to this philosophy. Of course, some people interrupt us, but in spite of it, in the comfort of our homes, we are able to learn this philosophy thanks to these great sages, thanks to these great masters who have sacrificed themselves, who have been single pointed. It's like a relay race. You've seen the 100-meter relay, 400-meter relay. Now the Commonwealth Games is on. You'll see that. You understand? A relay race. So they pass on the baton, and then the other athlete picks it up, runs, gives the baton to the other. Exactly the same way the gurus have done that. So from the past, they've been passing on the baton of knowledge. And thanks to the Guru Shishya Parampara, this tradition which has kept this knowledge alive, we are able to access the knowledge today. Now there are so many gurus. So what they have done is they have taken one guru, Sage Vyasa, and today is also supposed to be Sage Vyasa's birthday. It's exactly like when you want to worship and commemorate the soldiers who have given the life for the sake of the country. What do? we worship the tomb of the unknown soldier. You understand? The king or the queen goes and lays the wreath, the tomb of the unknown soldier. It's only one soldier you're laying the wreath, but you're saluting all the soldiers who fought. Similarly, though it's only Vyasa's birthday, it's not only Vyasa we are saluting, but through Vyasa we are saluting all the gurus, all the great souls who have lived in the past. The story of sage Vyasa. Vyasa was born when Parashara and Satyavati got together. Parashara was a great sage, and Parashara met a fisherwoman, Satyavati, and their union gave birth to Vyasa. Now, the significance of that is Parashara represents knowledge. Satyavati is a fisherwoman who represents dynamism, who represents action. So here is Vyasa, who is a combination of knowledge and action. Vyasa put the knowledge to good use. He no doubt learned the knowledge, he reached enlightenment, but he also compiled the Vedas. He wrote the Mahabharata, several books, several epics he wrote. So that combination, you see that. Vyasa, father is Parashara, mother is Satyavati. The significance is combination of knowledge and action. When you gain the knowledge passively, you don't grow. You grow when you actively learn. So passive learning leads to stagnation. When a person keeps gaining ideas, gaining thoughts from others, and just keeps loading his mind with various thoughts without any thinking, without any reflection, without any application, that's what we call as passive learning. That eventually leads to stagnation. You lose interest in this knowledge eventually. So if you're not careful, passive learning will leave you to quit this knowledge, not because you want to, because you will not be able to sustain it after a while. Whereas active knowledge is when you apply this knowledge, you're constantly thinking in terms of, I need to understand this knowledge, I need to apply this knowledge. That will ensure that you grow, you transform. So see that. Passive learning leads to stagnation, whereas active learning brings about a transformation. You are the problem, you are the solution. You're both. You are the problem and the solution. Now, if you examine carefully, you are what your mind is. So at any stage in your life, whatever level your mind is, that is your spiritual development. Whatever principles you uphold, whatever values you embody, whatever attitude you develop, that is you. So these principles, values, and attitude are there in the mind. The intellect learns, but the mind has to adopt it. So it's not enough for the intellect to learn. Yes, you start off by learning with the intellect, but then the intellect has to change the mind. And unless the mind changes, you don't develop, you don't evolve. So a person can have plenty of knowledge, plenty of information, but if they are not using that information to transform their mind, there's no growth, there's no development. So sadhana is twofold. The first step in sadhana is intellect learns. Second step is the mind is convinced. Until the mind is convinced, you don't learn fully. You don't improve completely. Your mind can be your friend or your foe. Your own mind can be your friend or your foe. Is exactly like if you have a pet dog, and if that pet dog is not trained properly, it becomes unruly, it becomes disruptive, it becomes a nuisance. But if the same dog is trained from a young age, some of these dogs, they train them and they become guide dogs. Very carefully they train them and they become guide dogs. And these guide dogs, you can allow them even with blind people. You can trust them and they take care of blind people. They take them through the tube. They transport them right across London. So they're so well trained. Because they are trained, they are beneficial to others. Exactly the same way, if you train your mind, it becomes a source of solace, a source of comfort for you, plus you're able to help others. But if the mind is not trained, it's a problem for you and you become a problem for others. They are waiting when you're going to leave the house. You understand? You're a problem. But if you're a benefactor, what happens? They all want you to stay longer. Nobody wants you to leave. So learn this word sadhana. Sadhana means diligent practice. Sadhana, I repeat, means diligent practice. You put in your effort to the best of your ability with care and conscientiousness. You're hardworking, you're thorough, tenacious, tirelessly you work, but also with care. So through sadhana, you convert the mind from a foe to a friend. So sadhana helps you to convert the mind from an enemy to a friend, becomes beneficial to you and to others. So see that word, that quality, sadhana, diligent practice. Now, obviously, any one of you all can ask, why will anyone want to create problems for themselves? See, we're saying you are the problem. You can easily ask, why will anybody want to create a problem for themselves? They are doing it in ignorance, unknowingly. They don't know that their mind is going to create problems for them. Nobody starts with an idea and say, okay, I'm going to create a problem in myself. Nobody does that. But unknowingly, out of ignorance, you create the problem. Because the way a human being is designed is that a human being has the opposites in him. You have the opposites in you. See, your physical body has healthy microbes and unhealthy bacteria. Both the unhealthy bacteria and healthy microbes are there in your physical body. The question is which one you're developing more. If you grow the healthy microbes, it'll be good for the gut, it'll be good for the body. Similarly, in Taoism, they talk about yin and yang. Here's the opposites. In the symbolism of Shiva, they give the example of Ardhanarishwara, half Shiva, half Parvati in one form. The significance of that is you have matter and spirit both within you. The individual has got both the opposites within, matter and spirit. Similarly, in this context, the opposites are mind and intellect. You have the mind within you. You also have the intellect within you. So when we say you're the problem is when you act on the mind, you're the solution is when you act on the intellect. The problem is lack of control over your mind. You pamper your mind to such an extent that you lose control over your own mind. Now, what exactly is the mind? How does the mind take over your personality? In 4 ways. The nature of the mind is number 1, worries and anxieties. Number 2, the nature of the mind is doubts and indecisions. Number 3, desires. And 4, attachments. The mind has a tendency to worry and be anxious. And that worry and anxiety of the mind is not based on reason. See, sometimes people make the mistake of trying to analyze, oh, why I'm worried, why I'm anxious. The mind doesn't need a reason to worry, doesn't need a reason to be anxious. As long as you leave the mind on its own, it will be worried, it will be anxious. The moment you're worried or anxious, what should you understand? It is unrelated to anything happening outside. See, suppose a student is going to appear for an examination, or the student is going to go for an interview. The student feels nervous. Or a singer is going to go up on stage to sing. The singer feels nervous. But that nervousness is not coming from the exam, is not coming from the performance. So worries and anxieties are not coming from the external situation, external circumstance. It is coming from your own mind. It's beautifully indicated in the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. In fact, it is the first verse where Krishna speaks. Verse 2 of chapter 2. That's the first time Krishna speaks in the Bhagavad Gita. The entire first chapter, Arjuna has been talking. And Krishna is asking, it's a rhetorical question. And Krishna is asking, from where have you got this dejection, Arjuna? Why are you dejected, Arjuna? Now, any one of you all will say, of course, he's dejected because he's facing his own relatives. Krishna knows that. And yet he's asking the question, from where is this dejection coming? Now, what is the implication of the question is, the dejection is not coming from the opposition. It's not the Kauravas are producing that dejection. It is coming from your own mind. So worries and anxieties is unrelated to what you're doing outside. It comes purely because your mind is not under control. Any situation you can be worried. Any situation you can become anxious. Secondly, doubts and indecisions of the mind doesn't allow the mind to surrender. The mind doesn't allow you to surrender because of this constant nature to doubt, to be indecisive. You can't come to a conclusion and your mind is constantly unsure. Is this the right person? Is this the right book? Is this the right philosophy? Should I surrender? Should I not surrender? You keep on vacillating. It is the intellect which decides and intellect surrenders. If you have a strong intellect, you will surrender faster. You will surrender quicker. See, what is surrender? When you surrender, you allow the Guru to come into your personality as it were. As long as you surrender, you're not allowing the Guru to come into your personality. It's like opening the gates. When you open the gate, the person comes in. When you close the gate, the person doesn't come in. He gets the message. Similarly, only when you surrender, the Guru comes to you. So surrender is where you allow the other person to enter you as it were. to accommodate that other person. Otherwise, you put your guard on, you're closed. Third is desires of the mind causes demands, constant demands. What have you made for lunch? What have you made for dinner? What is there for breakfast? Where is my coffee? Oh, only you forgot to put sugar in my coffee. Not only food wise, every aspect there's demands and demands and demands. You're demanding. Now we are demanding nature and say, oh, the temperature is too hot. I reduce the temperature. Who are we to demand? You understand? As if nature is going to listen to us. So you've got to surrender to nature and align yourself with nature. The problems we are facing in the world today is because of lack of surrender to the environment. No respect for the environment. So because of human desires, humans are suffering. And fourth is attachments. Attachments causes addictions at the physical level, emotional dependency at the mental level, and fanaticism at the intellectual level. So people are plagued by addiction or emotional dependency or fanaticism. They have dogmatic ideas. They hold on to those ideas. Social media is full of that. It's just free reign for dogmatism. The problem is lack of control over the mind, and these are the four natures of the mind. See that. Worries and anxieties, doubts and indecisions, desires and attachments. Now, what is the solution? The solution is within you. So, no doubt the problem is within you, which is your mind, but the solution is also within you. The solution is self development. So, unless a person thinks in terms of self development, you will not be able to control the mind. See, there are religious people who do rituals the whole day. They are very devoted. They go on pilgrimages. They worship. And there are people who do all sorts of spiritual practices, but they lack self development. They don't have a goal of self development. As a result, you will find these religious people to be extremely anxious, extremely worried, and their mind will be agitated. So, just because you're associating with religion or spirituality does not mean the problem goes away. But you've got to fix a conscious goal of self development. I want to improve myself. And how do I improve myself? The scriptures give us the three paths: karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga. As we all know, karma yoga, path of action at the level of the physical body; bhakti yoga, path of devotion at the level of the mind; jnana yoga, path of knowledge at the level of the intellect. So, karma yoga is not merely doing some service mechanically, but karma yoga is you use service to reduce your desires. See, there's a Sanskrit word and a Hindi word called seva. So many people, when they do community work, they say, we are doing seva. Seva means service. You're giving back to the community. So even when you do seva, when you do service to the community, even that will not help you to control the mind unless you do it for self-development. So seva is for self-development. Volunteering work is for self-development. It has nothing to do with the charity. But how can I use this to improve myself, to identify my faults? Similarly, bhakti yoga is when you use emotions to reduce attachments. A person is preoccupied with their desires, preoccupied with their attachments. And when you drop your attachments, you become aware of how much you're receiving from others. All of us are existing today because of so many other factors whom we don't even understand. When I say we don't understand, yes, you know your parents, thanks to your parents, you're there today. Thanks to your neighbors, thanks to your friends, thanks to the teachers, etc. But there's also aspects of nature. Nature is helping us. Similarly, the way your body is designed, it is helping you. So many factors are there which is helping you to survive today. But because of your desires and attachments, you forget all those factors. You're preoccupied with fulfilling your desires and keeping your attachments. So the moment you practice bhakti yoga and drop your attachments, immediately you become aware of how much you're receiving from others, how much you're receiving from the world. And that awareness of receipts brings out the gratitude. So gratitude comes as a result of that awareness. When you use your hob, what do? First, there's an ignition. You press the ignition, and then the flame is lit. Isn't it? First, there's an ignition, and then the flame is lit. So, what is that ignition? Ignition is that awareness, an awareness of what you're receiving from others, what you're receiving from the world. And that becomes the ignition to light the flame of gratitude. So there are people who have plenty of wealth, but they don't give. So it is not how much you have that matters. A person can have plenty, but may not give. A person has very little, and yet that person wants to share. It has nothing to do with how much you have. It is to do with the gratitude that you feel within. So that awareness plus gratitude results in your devotion. What is the definition of devotion? The combination of awareness and gratitude. So see that. Bhakti yoga, devotion is awareness plus gratitude. That ignition, the awareness ignites that flame of gratitude. And the third is jnana yoga. And jnana yoga, you use thoughts to reduce your ego. So jnana yoga is not just accumulation of knowledge, but while you're gaining that knowledge, you're using that knowledge to remind yourself of how little you know. The knowledge is not meant to make you feel how much you know, but it is to remind you how much you don't know. So the right way to gain knowledge, the right jnana yoga is to develop that humility, to reduce that ego. So all the three practices, in fact, it applies to any spiritual practice that you undertake, is meant for self-development. Karma yoga is for self-development. It is not to help others that you're doing karma yoga. Yes, incidentally you will help others. Incidentally you'll help the cause, but it is more important you help yourself. What the world needs is for each one of us to help ourselves. If each one help ourselves, we don't need charities. The world can take care of itself. So first step is self-development. Similarly, bhakti yoga is for self-development. and Jnana Yoga is for self-development. So see the purpose of these three yogas. Karma Yoga, use actions to reduce desires. Bhakti Yoga, use emotions to reduce attachments. And Jnana Yoga, use thoughts to reduce ego. So as far as this day of Guru Purnima is concerned, your relationship with the Guru, what is self-development? The student's relationship with the Guru, it is alignment of thought. When you align your thought with the Guru, when you align your thought with the scriptures, that's what will result in self-development. See, the son has parents. The parents wants the son to get married and to have children. That is their thinking. But the son's thinking is he's not interested in marriage. He's not interested in having children. So their thinking doesn't align. The thinking of the parents and the son doesn't align. So for harmony in any relationship, there has to be an alignment of thought. See, even for the vehicle, your wheels of the vehicle have to be aligned. You go to the garage, they tell you, oh, sir, the wheels are not aligned. We have to align your wheels. Similarly, even for the physical body, the pelvic has to be aligned. So, the relationship with the Guru, the thoughts have to be aligned. It is that alignment of thoughts which is surrender. And that is indicated in the practice of prostration. Pranipata. Pranipata means prostrating to an elderly person, prostrating to a guru. The practice is that you fall at the feet of the guru. You take blessings from the guru, you fall at the feet of the guru. It is symbolic. It is not compulsory that you have to fall at the feet. Yes, you fall at the feet, it helps to reduce your ego, but it's not necessary. Even if you practice it mentally, it's all right. So, what is that? You got to remember. What is prostration for? Prostration is aligning yourself to the feet. The feet represents the mind and intellect. The Guru has certain values. The Guru has certain thoughts. That is the Guru's mind and intellect. You are reminding yourself that you want to also practice those values and those thoughts in your life. So, in pranipata, in complete prostration, you align your head and your heart with the feet of the Guru. Your head and the heart are both aligned with the feet of the Guru. Your mind and intellect, you're aligning it with the Guru's mind and intellect. So see the meaning of that word, prostration. Pranipata, prostration is symbolically, it is alignment of thought. See, that is one thing that we try and practice here as an institute. In our institute, in our group, in our classes, we try and practice this. You understand? So even the volunteers who join, they come and try and align themselves in the same thought. So when there is alignment, there is harmony, there is productivity. See, other groups, other institutions may take up several other books. They may go into several books, several literature. We standardize certain books, we standardize certain literature. But where we score over them is this alignment to self-development. So if you focus on self-development, you will beat others. Not that you want to beat others, but you have that edge over others because everybody does their religious activities mechanically. Hardly anybody does it for their self-improvement. So you be true to yourself and align your thought. The Guru helps you to align your thought. When you surrender to the Guru helps you to align. That is the first job of the Guru, to make you align your thoughts. The Guru has several qualities. First quality of a Guru is one who has knowledge of the scriptures. A Guru is one who has read the scriptures and has understood the basics. Several people can read the scriptures, but they may not understand the basics. When we say basics, basics is exactly like theorems in mathematics. In mathematics, when you understand the theorems perfectly, you can solve any equation. So the most difficult part in mathematics is to understand the theorems. Similarly, in philosophy, in the scriptures, to understand the basics is most difficult. What is detachment? To understand that is extremely difficult. What is an intellect? To understand that is extremely difficult. What is love? What is charity? These are words which have become jargon. People just use them as a jargon, but hardly anybody understands the significance. So, a guru is one who has examined, gone to the depth of it, and understood the basics. See, one of the things that you should practice is while you're studying Vedanta and studying the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads, you should focus on going to the depth of study, not just exploring the length of study. When you go through the length of study, you gather information, you become very knowledgeable. But when you go to the depth of study, you gain wisdom. And when you gain wisdom, you live the knowledge, you practice the knowledge. So the focus should be on the depth of study rather than the length of study. See the difference. Length of study is there to develop intelligence, but depth of study makes you develop the intellect, makes you a wise person. Sometimes people crave to complete one book, go to the other book, complete that, go to the other book. Don't fall into that craving. Even if you stay with one book and learn it fully, you've got it. You learn the Bhagavad Gita completely, there's nothing more to learn. You learn one Upanishad fully, there's nothing more to learn. So you've got to go to the depth of it. Secondly, the Guru is one who has a worldly clarity. Not only is the Guru well versed in the scriptures, but also has a worldly clarity to guide others. You need to be guided through the maze of desires and attachments in the world. In fact, how you do that is you develop the subtle intellect. The Guru is one who has a well developed subtle intellect. When you develop the subtle intellect, automatically the gross intellect develops. See, for those who are not familiar, subtle intellect is the intellect within each one of us. Everybody has a subtle intellect. It is that intellect which makes you conceive God, makes you conceive the transcendental, the supreme reality. That is subtle intellect. Gross intellect is the intellect that you employ in the world to take decisions at work, to make choices at home. That's the gross intellect. When you study the scriptures and fix self-development as your goal, you strengthen the subtle intellect. When the subtle intellect becomes strong, automatically the gross intellect also develops. You're able to apply that in the world and find success in the world. So the Guru has that worldly clarity to be able to guide others. Third is the Guru communicates facts, not opinion. When a Guru teaches, the Guru is supposed to explain the facts and leave the students to decide what they want to do. So that's why you see throughout Vedanta, there's no do's and don'ts. Krishna doesn't tell Arjuna what to do. He just gives the knowledge, explains the consequences, and says, Yatha ichchasi tata kuru, do as you wish. It's up to you, Arjuna, it's your life. So that is a liberal spirit, is not to impose their ideas on the student, but interpret the scriptures, give the facts, and allow the students to decide what they want to do. And fourth, the last quality for today, we can take several qualities. I've just chosen 4 qualities. The last quality is the Guru is non-judgmental. The Guru does not judge the students. Whoever comes to learn, the Guru provides the knowledge. The Guru is liberal-minded. So you should be able to accommodate all natures. Say that there are students who come for the classes. There are business people who come for the classes. You understand? There are housemakers who come for the classes. So different people, different ethnicity, different nationality, different faiths, different gurus, they may follow. But you give that in a liberal manner. You accommodate everybody's nature. In that famous Indian film Shankarabharanam, the student, that lady, she murders someone out of self-defense because that person comes to molest her. So in self-defense, there's a knife that she has. She takes the knife and she stabs him and he dies. She runs away from the house with hands full of blood. And what she does is she goes straight to the Guru and falls at the feet of the Guru. The Guru looks at that blood in her hands. He doesn't ask her, what did you do? He doesn't ask. He says, okay. He doesn't even say, okay. He just says, means come. You know, she comes, she goes along with him. That's all. He never asks her, what have you done? He doesn't need to know. The fact that she has surrendered, that's all he's interested in. Whatever, of course, he helps her to get out of that later. He uses a friend of his to help her get out of the case, to win that case. So, non-judgmental. Rama gave enlightenment to Ravana. At the end, Rama doesn't say, how dare you took away my wife? I'll show you what I'll do to you. He doesn't say that. He gave moksha to Ravana. He gave enlightenment to Ravana at the end. So the qualities of a guru, see that. 4 qualities. Knowledge of the scriptures, worldly clarity, communicate facts, and non-judgmental. Similarly, the student also needs to develop certain qualities. So no doubt the Guru has qualities because the Guru has developed it. So the student also needs to make an effort to develop qualities. And there are 3 qualities of a student. The 3 qualities of the student is, first is devotion, prostration, pranipata, which is what we saw earlier. Second is questioning. Pranipatena, pariprashnena, sevaya. Sevaya means service. So first is prostration, which is devotion, which is surrender. Second is that questioning. See, it's interesting. True surrender is not blind surrender, is not blind faith. So true surrender is when you use reason to direct that emotion. You need to question, you need to examine. When you question and examine, you ensure that you don't follow the person blindly. So, first is devotion, second is questioning. So, first is at the level of the mind, devotion, at the level of the intellect, you question. And third is sevaya. Sevaya means that attitude of gratitude, wanting to give back. When you practice it with the Guru, then you can apply that same gratitude in the world. See, the significance is when we are learning the scriptures, when you're learning from a teacher, we are gaining the highest knowledge, the highest effort, the highest values. We are gaining that. If we are not able to practice gratitude there, how can we practice gratitude elsewhere? The most valuable thing you're getting, and you're not able to practice gratitude there, how can you practice gratitude in ordinary things in the world? Therefore, gratitude is given as a quality of the student, not for the sake of the teacher, but for the student's self development. And through that gratitude, you develop. See, all the rituals, all the prayers, all the qualities are finally for self development. Ultimately, how can I use all this which is given to me and improve myself? So, if a student thinks like that, then they align themselves with the teacher. So, the alignment of thought is the thought of self development, the thought of self improvement. So, then you see both come together. You all know, some of you may know it, when they built the Channel Tunnel. Today, when you take the Eurostar, you go from Foxton, from Dover to Calais, straight you can go because there's a tunnel which goes under the sea. And this tunnel, what they did was they designed it on paper and they started tunneling from both the sides, from the English side and the French side. And then they met. Only when they broke that wall did they know it was successful. Until they met and they broke that wall in between, they did not know it was successful. It was all theory until then. Practice is when they broke that wall and they met and they shook hands. That's when they commissioned the Channel Tunnel. So exactly in the same way, in the spiritual path, the Guru makes an effort. The Guru puts that effort. Similarly, the student also puts that effort. So both of them are tunneling. Tunneling through what? Through ignorance. You're tunneling through ignorance. And then you meet. You meet at the thought level. That meeting of the mind is the surrender to the Guru. The purpose of surrender is to align yourself with the teacher, with the Guru. In Sanskrit, there's a beautiful word called upasana. The word upasana is used for worship. Any form of worship, they use the word upasana. But the significant meaning of the word upasana is to sit in the same asana as the Guru. Upa asana. To sit in the same seat. When you say it like that, it feels disrespectful. What do you mean? How can you sit in the same seat as a teacher? Now, but it's not disrespectful. It is the right thing to do. You've got to lift your mind and intellect and align yourself with the mind and intellect of the Guru. In that sense, you're sitting with the Guru. Don't start saying hi. Hi. How are you? It's not that. It's not like that. You have all the devotion, no doubt, but you're aligning your mind at the same level as the Guru. So that upasana, learn that word. Asana is sitting in the same asana. See that? Upa asana. Sitting near. So both are there within you. It depends on what you're focusing on. If you're focusing on your mind, you create more and more problems to your own detriment and to the detriment of others. But if you switch the gear from the mind to the intellect, you start solving the problems one by one. And ultimately, you become a blessing for others. Internally, you're blessed. Externally, you bless others as well through your actions. So that's the topic for today. And we'll stop here for now. But don't leave. There's still something else coming up. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Hari Om.
Thank you very much, Bhaskarji, for this powerful message, which, as always, was seamlessly structured and really thought-provoking. I'm sure everyone would agree when I say that each time you talk, we're constantly inspired by your efforts to keep the lectures fresh and engaging. We're truly grateful. Thank you. Firstly, I would like to call upon Vijayji, a long-standing class member and trustee who would like to say a few words. Over to you, Vijayji.
Hari Om, everyone. Helping out as a member of the voluntary team, I've learned that service to the Guru is a duty and an obligation rather than just a feeling. This became apparent when we felt the need to secure Bhaskarji's future. All the team members expressed how absurd they felt that while they were all comfortable in their own homes, Bhaskarji has been renting a modest flat for 26 years. A few of us gave it all that we could, and lo and behold, we managed to buy a house for Bhaskarji. Now we are pleased to see Bhaskarji conduct classes from a dedicated studio room, whereas in the past he had to do it from the corner of a dining cum living room. From the beginning, his project, like others, has been Vedanta in action, guided by Shraddha, selfless service, and a shared commitment to our Guru. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to our Vedanta community, each and every one of you all. None of this would have been possible without your generosity, support, and trust. Bhaskarji's focus has always been people. Serving others and caring for their well-being is the very purpose of his life and work. His exemplary example continues to inspire us all. It has been deeply moving to witness how the class members and volunteers have come together in a spirit of devotion in their willingness to care for Bhaskarji as he has always cared for us. For us, every day is Guru Purnima, an opportunity to express our gratitude through love, service, and dedication. With heartfelt gratitude to our Guruji, thank you, Bhaskarji. Hari Om.
Thank you. Thank you, Vijay Bhai. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijayji. It was truly lovely to see how Bhaskarji's house project is a collective effort that's still ongoing, and only by being aligned to Bhaskarji and his teachings can we understand the importance of this. Next, we have Sandhya, a regular class member who attends Bhaskarji's classes and attends in-person lectures, who would like to say a few words. Over to you, Sandhya.
Thank you, Soumya. Hari Om Bhaskarji. Hari Om, everyone. This is the first time I've been speaking to everyone in such a big audience. So if there anything I say anything otherwise, please do forgive me. Bhaskarji, on this auspicious day of Guru Purnima, I would like to express my deepest gratitude towards you, like and also the volunteers of Vedanta. It's been such a big change in my life. My journey actually with Vedanta started like just coming through a post on Facebook, which was quite an unexpected way to join something like this. But it transformed me both the way I look at myself and the world as well. So thank you so much for that. Your teachings, Bhaskarji, they have given me a good understanding of where my agitations would come from my fears and overthinking. And as I go more deep into your teachings and try to understand them, I'm very less reactive nowadays, and I'm more peaceful, I would say. So thank you so much for that. Especially the relationship with my son, as you know, it's been beautiful now. And one of the greatest gifts of Vedanta has been to recognize when I become a slave to my mind, because for sort of addictions, I'm more addicted towards social media, like many of us, and also shopping, online shopping. So now I know when my when my mind controls me, that's how I come to know about it. And also another thing I would like to thank you about is I grew up in a very devotional environment, Bhaskarji. And what from your learnings I've learned that divinity is not just confined to an idol or ritual, which has helped me quite a lot again in understanding that divinity is everywhere, in everything and everyone. So thank you so much for that. And you always remind us saying, stay with the thought and stay with Vedanta, which always, it's like an anchor for me now. And in any sort of challenging situations in life, I always have that in my mind as a support, stay with the thought and stay with Vedanta. That's what on with you. So that's what I always have that to support in my mind. So with a heartful gratitude, I pay humble respects to you, Bhaskarji. Thank you so much. And I hope I remain the student in this path with gratitude and dedication as well, which I'm trying, Bhaskarji. I'm trying to wake up early in the morning. So please be patient with me regarding that.
I'm always patient, ever patient.
And I would just like to, I know many of us are waiting for to pay the respects. I would just like to conclude with the verse which you actually taught us. It's Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjala Shalakaya Chakshurminilitam Yena Tasmain Shri Guruve Namaha. Nothing else I can more ask for, Bhaskarji. This is what you do for us. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Hari
you.
Om.
Thank you.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om. I see at the end, there's no nervousness.
No,
It's
Bhaskarji.
gone.
No,
That's
thank you.
it. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandhya, for your kind words of gratitude. As today is Guru Purnima, it's an ideal opportunity for us all to offer our annual contributions. Let each one of us give whatever best we can to show our gratitude to Bhaskarji. We'll provide the donation link in the Zoom chat, and the same donation link will also be sent on WhatsApp and by email shortly. Thank you, everyone. Hari Om.
I think now they're going to stop the recording. After that, each one can start speaking and expressing themselves freely.